Okay, we are live here for another World Cup game. This time we have Greece versus Chile. Um, Greece have got a great selection of players here, and so it should be a really good match. I don't know much about the Chile players. Um, so we have Phoenix with Demagogue and Nimuro with Lion. Um, let's see. So Demagogue will be on Isola, running Dragon Splash with 3 Let Goes, 2 Tattered Wanderers. No Hawk Tattoos in this splash for him. And sorry, everything else fairly normal, I guess. Just see, make sure I can see what the players are doing. Okay, and then for the Lion player, we have him on the HMT Stronghold, the new one, and he is running Dragon Splash with Hawk Tattoo and Let Go. So 3 Let Go, 3 Hawk Tattoos, 9 conflict characters, versus 10 for Phoenix, and um, a couple of one-offs here, route and strength of numbers. Charge as the yeah, charge as the restricted card in the Lions deck. So the players are just getting ready to go. I'll just move this over here. Alright, we're just waiting for the players to start up here. Okay, and the game's about to start. We see Lime being the first player. Okay, and the flops are revealed. So for the Lion player, we see Totori, Imperial Palace, Gifted Tactician, and Matsu Berserker. And for Phoenix, we see Yojimbo, Athenial Dreamer, Naive Student, and Fatal Ground. And the Lion starts off with Gifted Tactician with 1 fate, Phoenix Yojimbo with 2 fate, and we see a Berserker with 1 fate from Lion. Demagogue then decides to pass to gain the 1 fate. Both players bid 5 going into the draw phase. Now with Totori on the flop, definitely charge play is a potential. I guess Phoenix just wants to hold back potentially, defend at least his first conflict. With 2 fate in hand, it's unlikely that the Lion player is going to be able to do 3 conflicts this turn. with just what we see. At least not free breaks, so he's definitely going for a more slower approach, as defined by the 2/1 fates on these characters. He wants them to survive the next turn. Looks like he's going to go in with a firing to fertile fields. Importantly, we see Phoenix on Seeker of Air. So he does draw 1 Seeker Fate there. And we see a Legion of 1 straight onto the Matsu Berserker. That is kicked to take him to 9 attack right now. Okay, it looks like Phoenix wants to defend this, adding a Fine Katana to Yojimbo, preventing the break currently. The favorable grounds is adding the 1 strength needed to prevent this break right now. Hello, Eric. And Joe is joining us as well. Hi, chat. Hi, cat. Yeah, nice. Dirty Deeds, where's my co-cast, huh? Oh, sorry, I've totally not paid any attention to this game. We just saw favorable grounds, I think, used to move home, and then we see HMT was triggered, and then display of power, and to honor Yojimbo. Now Phoenix plays a Shrine Maiden, hitting Cloud of Mind against the waves, and magnificent, and discards Magnificent Kumo. And now with the Shrine Maiden, initiates a political against Shameful Display for the Void Ring. Definitely really nice here. Obviously, Lion can't charge on political, and is going to potentially slow down the Lion players' options. Lion decides not to defend. And we see Phoenix going for a break here by attaching an Ornate Fan to the Shrine Maiden. This will definitely be really good if he can get this break. Let's just quickly see what the Lion could potentially do. He does play one of Assassinate. Apart from that, he's, yeah, got to play a character. I mean, if this breaks, then I definitely don't think Lion will get another break this turn. So, okay, so yeah, Lion has decided to play Hawk Tattoo to drag in Yojimbo just so he doesn't have to deal with the military attack from Phoenix. And we see Shameful Display activated to dishonor the Yojimbo and honor the Shrine Maiden. And Demagogue plays Clarity of Purpose on the Yojimbo to basically nullify that. He wins, breaks, and uses the Void Ring on the Tactician. This is going really, really well for Phoenix right now. They'll be able to attack again military, potentially. They will obviously have to deal with the Tactician if it decides to attack, because Legion of One is a real card, so Banzai as well, there's always threat of a break. But if Phoenix have answers in hand with one fate, then they don't run any assassinates, but I wonder if, as Lion, do you attack here, or do you just wait and see? I guess there's no reason to attack right now. Would you have two more conflicts, maybe? Does look like he's going to go in though. Could force the defense, which would be ideal. We do see the defense from Demagogue. It hits Manic Your Garden, which is great because Seeker Fate's already gone off, so he doesn't get Seeker Fate again. Denied that. We are seeing the Earth Ring here, and that just passes through. And do we see an Against the Waves? It's not a Shigenja, don't mind me. We do see a Shrine Maiden though, and grabs a Clarity of Purpose and discards a Nigu and Banzai. And we just see a quick air ring on Upholding Authority under the Palace. Taking on honor. Yeah, I definitely think the Lion player attacking there was right. I agree with chat. You guys know. So, Demagogue gains the favor, which is really good considering the Imperial Palace is up. We see an Adapt of the Waves come down with 2 fate. And the Lion player plays Senso. This character does not bow as a result of conflict resolutions in conflicts in which it lost. And it is a Shigenja. We see Phoenix pass and take the fate. And a Tesori is played by Lion for 1 fate. With 1 fate on it even. Now we see a 5-3 from Phoenix to Lion. So Lion was definitely concerned about his honor. Demagogue uses adapter waves to add convert to adapter waves during water conflicts. Eric making a comment about this is what happens when you lose the dice roll and don't take Passing Fate. Definitely a difficult situation. Okay, and we see it's Art of War under the 7th Legion going for the Water Ring in political. Been very lucky not to hit Feast of Famine. That is a province, right? It is. And we see no defense from Lion. R4 breaks. Is R4 the same piece? Oh man, now you're gonna have to make me look up this card. Yeah, so Eric pointed out that Art of Peace, oh god, too big. What has happened? Art of Peace is the same as Art of War. Same place, look at that. The more you know. We see a military airing at Manicure Garden with just Tsuri. No defense and a Legion of One is played. And also kicked. These are definitely very safe Legion of Ones, as Demagogue doesn't run any assassinates, not something you have to be worried about. So now Manicure Gardens is broken, and HMT is triggered by discarding Tsuro himself. Rudo pointing out that Demagogue could have used his stronghold to clarity the adapt during the first conflict. Definitely. I guess he's potentially saving it for something else. So we see looking like going for a break on upholding authority, which is the correct province here, as the last province we know is Feast of Famine. So it is a firing military, and we see Senso defending here. Just to block the honor loss, I guess. I mean, we see a let go plate to discard a fine katana. But Demagogue actually plays a second fine katana, attaching it to Yojimbo to go back to 6. Lion still has 10 cards in hand, so they may be able to do something. They do usually have the military buffs. I mean, Lion really doesn't want this to break right now. Okay, so line is actually going to pass and just let this break. Okay, Demagogue plays a Cloud the Mind, attaching it to Sensu, so that Sensu will bow as a result of this resolution. It's definitely kind of backbreaking there. But we haven't seen any conflict characters from the Lion player yet, so it's potential that they have something to respond to this. But at the moment, Lion is losing the race on provinces. And with Demagogue going into the next round with over 6 fate, much 6 fate at least, and a bigger board, it's going to be really difficult for him to. I mean, Lion's going to have to invest all of their resources just to defend the stronghold, I think. So, Holding Authority is being used. Unfortunately, we don't actually get to see Demagogue's hand. Dirty Deeds making a comment about how long it takes to decide what to discard during Upholding Authority. I mean, currently we are waiting. It's definitely not only is it a difficult decision, but you kind of also want to memorize all of the cards as well, right? It's just the same issue I had with Policy Debate and Investigator on Dragon. Especially in real life, where I'm just kind of looking through the decks, looking through the hand, trying to memorize every card, and then I hand it back and I can't remember half the cards I just saw. Okay, so we get to see Demagogue's hand now. It was Against the Waves, Banzai, Clarity of Purpose, Cloud the Mind, Display of Power, Nigiu, Lego, Supernatural Storm, Supernatural Storm. Do we see what was discarded? 2 copies of Supernatural Storm. Yeah, exactly, man. Oh man, I always forget about the 4 shames as well. That's just sitting in hands. I was like, wait, what? Was it a court games or a 4 shame? And we see Lion play a Goblin Sneak. So, what do we have? So, Against the Waves, or a hardcast on Nagu. I can't even say his name, man. Why you put all these Y's in him? But Phoenix decides to pass. Not too concerned about their province, about giving up another province. And they actually flip upholding authority, which is probably going to be pretty good for Demagogue, seeing his opponent's hand going into the next round. And we see a Legion of One without kick to push the break here. Oh, he does decide to kick it. That seemed aggressive. I guess he's concerned that the Feral would be hardcast. Yeah, I'm not sure about the kick there. Maybe it doesn't matter. But yeah, I guess I doubt Lion will be able to do anything right now because they have no fate. So what ring was that? That was Earth as well. Damn. But yeah, definitely going first in the next turn. I guess Lion's gonna go all in on this potentially. But even then, I think with clarity of purpose, both in hand and I'm just checking now, and we do have no, we have the Void Province, Kuramuri, I think. Looks like. Yeah, so it's Kuramuri under box for the Phoenix, which is going to be pretty good because yeah, clarity of purpose is just going to wreck. Yeah. Yeah, Lion are kind of screwed against this province, right? So where's Kingsley when you need him? He could explain exactly what is OP. But yeah, definitely for the one-sided clans, Koromori is very difficult to break. Sorry, I missed the hand there. Aegis Chrome, Charge, Court Games, Force Shame, Goblin Sneak, Quarto, Ready for Battle, Strength in Numbers, and Strength in Numbers was discarded. And Earthring discard a charge. Because the display power was played. Right, there we go. To gain the Earthring, and charge was discarded, which is definitely going to hurt as well. Okay, now we're going into what will probably be the last round. Demagogue maintained the favor. And we see a Prodigy from Lion and a Tashush, Geyser Toshi, that's probably right, for 4 with 1. Yeah, this is probably not, we see Staging Grounds to flip a card, and again it's a Prodigy. It's not the greatest flop right here, but to be honest, I'm not sure what Lion really needed to see. Is Lion gonna take on the Stronghold in political? So nice student from Demagogue, and then he passes, and Prodigy is played by the Lion, both bid 5. So as Lion, I really don't think you can actually attack, really, can you? Yep, so Toshi is going to prevent non-spell cards being played while on the Void Ring, so if Lion does want to pick up the extra fate, that's Not going to allow them to play like any card, because Lion doesn't run any spells. We see it, Goblin Sneak being played by the Lion player. Okay, so we see an attack, military fire, Goblin Sneak and one of the prodigies going in against Kuromori in the stronghold. Adaptive Waves hasn't actually been used yet, so I guess that will happen a bit later, maybe, if needed. Okay, so Demagogue uses Kuromori to... what happens here? So he defends with Adaptive Waves, then uses Kuromori to switch to Contested Ring to avoid conflict. But that gives Nimuro the Fate. I mean, that ensures that the Lion player can't play any cards, but I mean, that kind of seems a bit unnecessary right now. Potentially wanted to use it later when things are a bit more dangerous. But I expect we see it watering now because we know that Phoenix has the fishman in his hand, and I'm not even sure against the waves used to ready adapt. I guess it would be given covert as well. Wow, Wonder is played. Yeah, I think this is gonna just break here. Which is surprising because if he hadn't used Chromary, he could have done this with the Void Ring himself. But then he probably wanted to go water, right? Yeah. So stop listening to me. That's good. And for the Lion player, it is Shameful Display. No, Manicure Garden. I guess. Yeah, it has to be Manicure Garden. So yep, we see 13 strength going into Manicure Garden, Military Watering. And I guess both other characters were converted, so we see the defense from the Sensu. And we see Demagogue play a Banzai on the adaptive waves. She does still have Assassinate, it's just whether he's drawn it or not. But the Banzai was split up anyway, so. I mean, there's not a lot looking at the Lion players' cards that you can really do. Yeah. Slynote pointing out that Yojimbo would save the data waves from Assassinate. Thanks for that. I didn't see that. Notice that. So, Lion plays Holto to bring in the Vengeful Oathkeeper. And we see a Stronghold activation from Phoenix to use Supernatural Storm. And it's +2/+2. We see Lion play a Banzai and kicking it onto the Vengeful Oathkeeper. And splitting it across the two. We see a let go on the Holto. And we see a Way of the Lion on the Vengeful Oathkeeper. Still 4 skill away from being able to save this break. I guess he could, if he has the route now, he could use that on any of the characters. But Fabled Grounds will basically cancel that. It's very annoying. Apart from that, a charge with Ujiaki. And yep, he doesn't have anything, so that will be game. Great display there from Demagogue, just absolutely dominating, trading his provinces like really effectively for efficiently to basically outrace the lion player, and then obviously with Kuromori on the stronghold line was going to have a very hard time finishing this game. So with that, actually, we see Group 2 come to an end for this week. I'll just bring this up. Yep, so we had Netherlands finish up earlier, winning all three of their games, and Greece have now won all three of their games versus Chile, so Netherlands and Greece are going to be top of their group. Congratulations to Greece on a great performance. Look forward to seeing more of your matches. Thanks everyone for tuning into the stream. I will catch you all later. Alright, thanks again. Bye.